my heart. Sports Talk with Mike. I'm your host, Mike, obviously. It's day 2 in free agency in the NFL. A couple of names that have signed. Rashard Mendenhall. He signed with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona Cardinals. Reggie Bush signed a 4-year deal with the Detroit Lions. Paul Kruger and Desmond Bryant went to the Cleveland Browns. Denver Broncos picked up Luis Vasquez from the San Diego Chargers. Look into him. He's going to do well. He's going to be the one that's going to be protecting Peyton Manning. So, Vasquez, what up? Mike Wallace went to Miami Dolphins along with Donnell Ellerbe. So, Dolphins, you guys are spending quite a bit of money so far with Wallace and Ellerbe. Today's episode, not once, not twice, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, but 8 times I was asked to give some input on players that aren't on my teams. And I thought I did quite a good job so far within the past 9 episodes of, of course I'm going to mention my players, I'm going to mention my teams because F the other teams, right? But people believe I'm more biased to my own players, and I can understand that. Definitely I am. I'm going to talk about my own players on my teams because that's what you're supposed to do when it's your team, when it's your favorite team. You're going to do everything you possibly can to crush the other person's team. That's guy code, that's sports code, and I don't give a F. But today is a fun day, fun episode, where I'm going to go through the NHL, MLB, and NBA, pick out a starting lineup. NHL first line, NBA starting on the court there, and MLB who's on the field. So we'll start off in the NHL. Mike Fisher of the Nashville Predators. I followed his career since he was in Ottawa. He was captivated me with his eyes. I'm going to be completely honest with you. That guy has eyes of gold. No wonder Carrie Underwood wanted to marry him. When I watched him, a lot of grit, a lot of patience, a lot of veteran leadership from the get-go. He knows how to lay a hit, and I love that guy. Next up is David Perron of the St. Louis Blues. He's drafted in 2007. But just puts up consistent numbers. He's been injury plagued, so he hasn't been able to live to his full potential. But I'm expecting him to continue his climb up the ladder. Let's go, David Perron. The next guy is Shane Doan of the Phoenix Coyotes, drafted by the Winnipeg Jets in '95, 5th overall or 7th overall. And just since he came into the league, that guy has been gentleman, sportsman, just captain. He's just everything. Shane Doan does everything. He's put up, I think he's had 7 20-goal seasons in his career, and he's a power forward. So there's he's definitely meeting the expectations and exceeding them, and that's Shane Doan. On defense, Duncan Keith of the Chicago Blackhawks. Once he came into the league, he was drafted out of, I think it was Kelowna. Since he came into the league, it's just been up and away with him. He does things that he needs to do to continue his rise as the top defenseman. He's won a Stanley Cup, he's won an Olympic gold medal, and he's won the James Norris Trophy as the top NHL defenseman. My second defenseman is Johnny Boychuk of the Boston Bruins, originally of the Colorado Avalanche. He did not get a lot of opportunity in Colorado to shine. He was traded to the Boston Bruins in 2008. That's the year he was the top defenseman and won the Eddie Shore Award in the AHL for top defenseman in the league. So Colorado, you screwed up there, honestly. He's not putting up points in the NHL, amazing, but he gets his job done. He knows what he's supposed to do, and he does it with ease. A goaltender, Cam Ward of the Carolina Hurricanes, drafted by the Carolina Hurricanes back in 2002. That guy, he's a performer. He doesn't have to be too flashy about it, but this guy, he's always composed. I don't see him making too much mistakes, and he should be on Team Canada this coming year in the Olympics. So that's the NHL. Moving on to the NBA, Jose Calderon of the Detroit Pistons, formerly of the Toronto Raptors. I liked what he brought to the team. His numbers were usually double doubles most games. He did very well for them. He distributed the ball very well. He just a lot of fans and analysts they wanted more for the Raptors, and what they didn't understand is that Calderon was doing amazing for them, better than Kyle Lowry, so they should have traded that guy. Get out of here, Lowry. That's my opinion. Luol Deng of the Chicago Chicago Bulls. He's not too flashy. He just every time I watch his games, and I've been watching the Bulls for quite a while. They're like I always like what the Bulls put on the court there. But when I see Luol Deng, and every time I watch a game, especially, he just does something there to amaze me. Whether it be a dunk, a pass, or just the way that he spreads the floor. He was an all-star last year. Not too much more I can say about Luol Deng. That's about it. Lieutenant Deng. This isn't Forrest Gump, but I thought it was actually funny. Next up, I'm actually going to go Chris Anderson. He's now with the Miami Heat. Birdman. What happened to that boy? With Chris Anderson, he doesn't put up numbers, but he's the most colorful guy in the NBA with all his tattoos. He's tatted up all over. I'm not near as tatted up as he is. I like everything. His personality that he brings to the court. That's just what I love about him. And people like Paul Bissonnette of the Phoenix Coyotes. It's a personality what really helps the team out. Ray Allen of the Miami Heat, formerly of the Boston Celtics, formerly of the Seattle Supersonics, formerly of the Milwaukee Bucks. A just clutch three-point guy. I loved him in the movie He Got Game. Well, not him specifically, but the ladies he was with and He Got Game. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any beer today, so that kind of sucks. I'm sorry. Last guy in the NBA is Paul Millsap, the paperboy for the Utah Jazz. When I see Paul, I see a young Karl Malone. Not as much skill as Karl Malone, but definitely the drive and the passion for the game. And at times he looks like he's not even trying, but he's still doing his job without even trying to. Imagine if he puts forth an effort every single game, every single night. Paul Millsap, let's go! Let's go! I don't know. I think just a little bit energetic because I'm trying to actually bring the episodes to an earlier, maybe in the evening, maybe between 4 and 7 o'clock Atlantic time. And that's when I'm just at night. It's been so late, and I don't know. Maybe let's people will watch it more. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to do the NFL because that would take 14 episodes. So I'm going to leave the NFL alone right now. We're going to jump to the MLB. The pitcher of my choice would be Cliff Lee, the lefty for the Philadelphia Phillies. No one can hit a strike zone like Cliff Lee. He's last few years he's traveled a bit. He went from Cleveland to Seattle to Philadelphia to Texas, back to Philadelphia, and he's won a Cy Young Award. Definitely, people they know he's great, but he's so underrated. Even when he's got that great stature, and everyone, I like what Cliff Lee does. Catcher Joe Mauer of the Minnesota Twins. He's bad, and his batting average for a career is like 323. I don't know, maybe 200 home runs, 800 RBIs, something around there. You look at him, and you see that the Twins, they don't have the pitching staff as they used to, and he calls a great game behind the plate. First base from the Chicago White Sox, Paul Konerko. Now, Paul, since he's, I think it's the past 14 seasons, he's only had one season where he didn't hit 20 home runs. Tell me that's not amazing. So Paul Konerko, he knows how to get it over the wall. He's definitely a leader there in Chicago. I like Paul Konerko. Moving on to second base, Ian Kinsler of the Texas Rangers. He's got a lot of pop for a second baseman. He's an average, below average defender, but what he lacks on the field, he makes up on the score sheet. We'll go third base. Third base, David Wright, Mr. USA, Mr. Captain America for the United States, David Wright. He's a Gold Glover, All-Star. Soon he's going to be MVP soon because that guy, he's just Mr. Consistency. He just does what he does and he does it well. Moving to shortstop, Starlin Castro of the Chicago Cubs. Young guy, amazing defender, amazing. In 3 seasons in the league, he's been an All-Star twice. If he gets a little bit of more patience in the box, his batting average is going to go up. We're going to see a lot more power as he gets older. I like Starlin. In the outfield, I'm going to start with actually Martin Prado of the Arizona Diamondbacks, formerly of the Atlanta Braves, traded there in that Justin Upton deal. Martin, amazing defender. Rarely makes a mistake. He's above the average hitter. He doesn't get a lot of home runs, but he ignites his team. He gets on base. He does his job. He's a baseball player. That's what I like about Prado. Next up, Austin Jackson of the Detroit Tigers. The only thing I can say bad about this guy is he strikes out way too much. He batted .300 this year with a this high strikeout rate. So imagine if he learned how to pick his spots better and kind of get a better eye. Imagine what he would do. And 9.9 times out of 10, you hit a ball to Jackson's way, it's caught. You might as well just go back to the dugout, yo. And the last outfielder is Torii Hunter of the Detroit Tigers as well, formerly of the LA Angels, formerly of the Minnesota Twins. Torii Hunter, that's Mr. Gold Glove. It's Gold Glove, Mr. Gold Glove, all day, every day. You know what he's going to bring to the table, and he can hit too. He knows how to hit his home runs, and I like Torii Hunter. That's what I do. So that's today's episode. Just a recap. Mike Fisher, David Perron, Shane Doan, Duncan Keith, Johnny Boychuk, and Cam Ward in the NHL. Those are 5 players that I followed pretty much from the time they came into the league. Shane Doan's a little he's older, but so I just learned more about him around the 2000s. So it wasn't from his start of the career. Mike Fisher though, Mike Fisher, Cam Ward, Duncan Keith, those guys I've watched them as soon as they came in the league. NBA, Jose Calderon, Ray Allen, Luol Deng, Chris Anderson. And Paul Millsap. Besides Ray Allen, I just followed them. I've been interested in what they're doing in their games and how they're helping their team helping their team win. And in the MLB, we got Cliff Lee, Joe Mauer, Paul Konerko, Ian Kinsler, Starlin Castro, David Wright, Torii Hunter, Austin Jackson, and Martin Prado. These are all the players there, besides my favorite players on my teams that I'm interested in. Just very intrigued at their skills and the potential that some of the young guys have and some of the accomplishments that the older guys have. So that's it. So my brain, my heart, Sports Talk with Mike, episode 10 is over. You enjoy your day.